And we are back with the third installment of our St. Paddy's Day Blood Drunk stream, wherever you want to call it. Right now, we're trying to decide what to do with Eileen, whether or not to kill her, try and kill her at this early stage, or to spare her. Because if we kill her now, we can't. It is actually, there is a relatively easy way of doing it by actually cheesing her. Which even at the skill level I'm at, we can possibly do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see what other people say, because it's actually always interesting to get other people's opinions about what they want to see in a stream. I do realize there's a 30-second. I do realize there's a 30-second delay in the stream, which kind of makes things a bit difficult. So that's why I'm currently waiting, and it kind of is a bit boring for anyone who's watching this later. But unfortunately, that is the way how these things go. Well, I'm sure you'll get a kick out of that way. So, Eileen's story. I started trying to explain it before we did the cut, but I'm gonna explain it now that we're actually. Oh, hey! I was wondering when he'd show up, Van Loop. Yeah, I was wondering when you'd show up because I've actually been looking forward to seeing what you actually would bring to the table, since you're an experienced player yourself as well of Bloodborne, to see what we'd be doing. Yeah, I'm a man. I cannot multitask. Yeah, anyone who says that they are a man and they can multitask, I'm sorry, you're not a man. You're sort of metrosexual or. Oh my god, we're getting into sexual politics, alright. I really need to drink more, because we're not making sense. Let's see, at the moment, we are, if I was counting on the average sort of 330 milliliter measurement, we are probably about 7 drinks in. And they're averaging at about, let's see, yeah, it would help if I actually had the lights on to actually see at 5 and no 5 and so yeah, on average about 5%. So not bad going, to be honest. That's not very drunk enough. I love that. I love that. So yeah, I was trying to explain Eileen's story. So Eileen, unlike you, she is a hunter. She unlike you, she does not hunt beasts. She hunts other hunters who are kind of a bit far gone. As I'm hoping we'll actually get to Gascoigne in this playthrough, even though he is the second boss, but I'm hoping we'll get to him. Yeah, I think with Eileen is, judging from her storyline, and before actually we get more into that, do you want me to kill her, or do you want me to try and spare her and do her questline? I will come back to this series again. Obviously this is not going to be a once a year thing, because otherwise it will get very boring very fast. I will come back to this series after tonight. I'll maybe try and make a weekly series of it. Okay. Although doing the quest is the boring part at the moment, because, but we'll do the quest. Okay. And by the way, I must say I don't know who does Eileen's voice actor. I do love her voice actor. Just that poodle, accent that she puts on.
Oh, a hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter. Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Okay. Now, a bit of explanation. The thing about Eileen is that, from what it sounds like, now, right, well, actually, two things first off. First off, I'm going to bring up this menu. Now, for those of you who don't know how to bring up this menu, the personal effects menu, you hit the right side of your touchpad on your PS4 controller, and you hit your triangle to switch it to an item. Now, you may be wondering why I'm switching to a Hunter's Mark, and what Hunter's Mark does, or Bold Hunter's Mark. Well, Bold Hunter's Mark is actually a very, very useful tool, as you'll come to see in our playthrough. The Bold Hunter's Mark, what it does is that it returns you to the nearest, the last lantern that you used, but you keep all of your blood echoes intact, which means obviously it's very useful. Now, obviously, that once you use a Bold Hunter's Mark, it consumes that particular mark, so obviously you don't want to be using it every single time. But later on in the game, you will find that they are very plentiful or very easy to attain. Because I can't remember which boss it is after you kill, but you can get them from the Blood Echo shop, and it's very easy to get farm Blood Echoes after them. So what we're going to do is we're going to head down now we're going to try and hit this, I probably will fail at this, but, oh no, actually we didn't. Now the hard part is coming across these guys and parrying them. So just going to let them come towards me and then. So basically, now there's a lot of systems I did not explain with Bloodborne. I'm just taking cover because I heard someone shooting at me. And trust me, you see, as soon as you hear someone shooting at you, it's always a good idea to roll in some direction. The reason being is that basically most riflemen will hit you for an absurd amount of damage. I mean, it is actually, it is disgusting how much health that they hit you for. I think once we actually cleared these guys, we will go back and level up, because I don't feel confident about going much further, or at least definitely not as far as the Man-Eater bore, without leveling somewhat. So we may or may not be able to sneak up on this guy. We can maybe get a backstab. Oh, we can. Now the thing is, guys, as much as Viscerals are very powerful, you see once you've leveled up, particularly Ludwig, once you've leveled up the Ludwig's Holy Blade enough, it's actually better to do a charged R2 attack rather than R2. Anyway, Jesus, I'm all over the place in terms of actually describing all the sorts of shit that there is. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to head down and get the items that we dropped earlier. I believe on this side is the saw spear. So, I'm going to try. No, there isn't anything we can actually land on. See, this is the advantage of, sorry, this is the disadvantage of the transformed with threaded cane, is that it can bind off walls and leave you vulnerable. I probably shouldn't have done that until he had actually tried jumping at me. Yep. So we're actually going to have to end up going back to this area again because we need to get the other item. Because we can't, or rather not necessarily reload it, but just go back to this particular area again because we can't get at that other item at the moment. So I'm just going to ignore the enemies at the far side there. Because there is, I believe there's a cold packet, there's a blood packet, cold packet, soul packet, whatever you want to call it, there, but I don't want to get it just yet. I want to make sure we get both items first. That's the one thing about items in this game, is that if a chest has been opened, or if they're out in the open, and they haven't been picked up, they will disappear. So just roll down here. Make sure we have full health. As you notice there, that one disadvantage about the threaded cane is that if someone is just slightly out of your arc, they can interrupt you and they can't hit you. So there's the saw spear. And throwing knives. Throwing knives are actually quite good for some bosses. We're gonna see if we can actually. I've never tried this before on a rat. Oh no, you can't backstab them apparently. Either that or they just got low health at this point and there's no point backstabbing them. So I'm just gonna try and lure this guy back here. Me. So, get Madman's knowledge. Madman's knowledge is always good. So, I'm just going to show you a wee short. Even though it's not technically a shortcut, you could almost call it a glitch because of how it works. It's not really because, well, if it was a glitch, the Thrall would have got rid of it by now. I'm just going to get rid of them. And then ow. Yeah, the thing is with these guys is they've got absurd range whenever they're doing that. Come on, guys, please talk in the chat. I need more people talking in the chat. No one's talked in like 20 odd minutes. Or no, well, actually, maybe not 20 minutes, but like 10 minutes is kind of a bit hard to try and do a back and forth with the audience whenever the audience is not not saying anything at all. Yay, at least that's something. That's a reaction. That's a reaction from the audience. So yeah, I'm going to show you a wee shortcut here. Technically it's not, but it hasn't been patched out of the game, so if you just walk slowly along this side, you can basically move along the right side of this. Yeah, this is what I say about the bullshitness of the crows, is that they literally can hit you 3 times before you can even react. I mean, it is actually not fair. So hit this, get the oiler. And now what we're going to do is just clear out the other side as well. Yeah, sometimes the crows are derpy, but for the most part they are on bloody point. So kill them. At least. So I'm just watching something. Yeah, no, seriously, you see there on the ragdoll physics are actually pretty bloody hilarious. It's probably the only hilarity you will get out of this game, because this game is not... basically, this game is not meant to be cheerful. So, grab this. I probably should have grabbed this earlier, called, like, blood packet, but, oh well. Just get that out of the way. Go slowly across this edge. And then we're going to grab this, which I believe... I'm trying to remember what it is exactly, but... Oh, Bloodstone Charm, that's actually quite useful. I'm going to wait for him to get a bit closer, and then... This is one thing I didn't describe before, which is a plunging attack. Now, what a plunging attack is whenever you're falling, if you hit your R1 button, you will initiate a plunging attack. Now, for some enemies, this can pretty much one-shot them, or do ridiculous amounts of damage. Now, we may or may not get this off here. Oh no, we will. There's a lot of games actually coming out recently that's sort of similar to Dark Souls, but I can't wait to play. Salt and Sanctuary, seriously, is one that I'm really looking forward to. So, what we're going to do here is... The thing is, try to remember exactly where you go, because I played, like, I mean, granted, I've gone through this game twice, but, or technically 3 times if you include my very first playthrough, but that was like a year ago. And trying to remember exactly where to go is very bloody difficult. Oh yes, Soul Hunter Badge. Soul Hunter Badge is where we're going next. And this, you see up to this point, considering we haven't leveled, this will be the most difficult enemy to get that we've gone into, because this enemy cannot be parried. Which of course Benlope may know as the Man-Eater. But also anyone who says that stamina is a useless stat in this game, endurance is a useless stat in this game, they clearly have not played this game. Because stamina is very bloody useful. Because endurance pretty much what's the word I'm looking for? It dictates pretty much everything that you do. Pretty much from rolling, sidestepping, swinging your weapon. That is all endurance. Also, endurance does help with physical defense. So I think after the Man-Eater boar, and I think there's a shortcut above it, we will level up, because we're running so well, I do not want to jinx it. And you do not want to get hit by that. You do not want to get hit by its breath, especially at this early in the game. What you want to do is get behind it and backstab it. Although you do not want to get directly behind it because it will stomp its feet backwards at you. And it will hit you for massive damage. So, Soul Hunter badge, blood vial. So, for this part, I think that is mostly it. Oh, trust me, you see if you think these guys look cute and cuddly, and I'm saying that sarcastically. Yeah, wait till you see them in Nightmare Mensis. Basically, instead of one eye, they've got like 16. I mean, look like a fucking bug. And it's quite bloody disturbing. Who is... I hate to sound like a Philistine, but who's Lenscrafter? I've never heard of him. I know for a fact, you see, if you play the DLC, it's basically like H.P. Lovecraft's Wet Dream, because there's actually shadows. It's like Shadows over Innsmouth is basically brought to flesh. Brought to life, brought to flesh, whatever you want to call it. So, get rid of them. Is an eyewear store? Oh, right. Now, you see, for this particular part, because there's two of these enemies, you do want to just try and sneak up on one and backstab him. Yeah, you can get into bullshit like that, where basically your backstab animation on one finishes just as another one is trying to hit you. No, No, the thing was, I've never heard of Lenscrafter before, which is why I asked who Lenscrafter was. Because as far as I know, we don't have them here. So I believe, yes, this takes us up to... No, we do not want to go there. Oh my god, we do not want to go there just yet. First off, we don't have full bullets, we don't have full health. We haven't leveled up, and we do not want to face Gascoigne now because we haven't faced the Cleric Beast yet. Although you can arguably face Gascoigne before Cleric Beast, I want to level up before we do that. Now, where are we going? And also, I want to open a shortcut which is down here. Because we need to activate this lift in order to do that, which is... Yeah, do not run off there, you will die. And that'll pretty much show you solve the progress of the game. So what you want to do is go up here. Obviously, that's kind of a bit much dealing with two at once. So what we want to do is try and just trick one out. And then deal with them one at a time. Because trust me, dealing with two of these at a time, not fun. Even when you're sober. Which reminds me, I need to drink more. So we're going to leave that for now because that might have blood vials and there's no point using those if we need to. Yeah. Thing is that those guys are easy to parry when we're charging. I probably actually should heal them and use blood vial. Oh well. So I'm just going to show you where we are in comparison with the Lantern because the Gascoigne is actually fairly quick in terms of shortcut. It's quite literally just because we open up all that. We don't need to do all that bullshit because we've opened up this Lantern. So do this, go back to the Hunter stream, and then we'll level up. So yeah, going back to Gascoigne. Going back to Eileen. Eileen is a hunter of hunters. Basically, she hunts the ones that who are a bit too far gone in their bloodlust and so on. Now, obviously, what we're actually going to do is, now you see the doll, that seems an element at the moment, it's because we've got 0 insight. So what we're going to do is, I am going to show you what happens whenever you go to this, where you have an insight, because that's generally what you're going to be doing. You're going to be you're going to be accepting an insight, or going to be seeing an insight, or whatever you want to call it. Alright. Now, if the thing is that obviously like the things where items won't take effect until you absorb one or take one, basically because like areas won't actually be affected until you actually take an item before, until you reload them after taking an item. So what we're going to do is we'll use a madman's knowledge, get 1 insight, and return to a hunter's dream. I mean, really nothing's happened there. All we've done is gone to the real world, used the hunter's dream. And now that we have insight in terms of we actually can see what's going on, really, you'll see that the doll actually isn't so inanimate anymore.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you to embolden your sickly spirit.
Okay, so
Farewell, good hunter.
So that's what happens when we get an insight. Also, you'll notice, obviously, because I have the Old Hunters DLC, these 2 items actually now appear because I've got 1 insight, which is Consume Insight and Ring the Beckoning Bell. It brings cooperation. Silencing blank ends such forms of cooperation. I don't know what, like, really, I don't know why you'd end such cooperation on bosses, particularly when we get into like the DLC, but that's neither here nor there. You also can consider insight and ring the Old Hunter Bell to enlist the cooperation of all hunters. Get the Old Hunter Bell. That is very useful in the DLC. I will tell you that right now, particularly on Ludwig. On Ludwig, that is pretty much mandatory that you actually call for help on that. And just to make sure, oh no wait, we can't get the other thing until we've killed Amelia. So guys, what do you think? Should we focus on getting our attack strength up? Should we focus on using another weapon, or do you still want the cane? Now we'll unlock the other weapons with that Saw Hunter badge. Let me know what you think. Okay, so, alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So guys, what do you think? Should I use another weapon, or do you want me to still go with the threaded cane? Yeah, that was just a bottle opening there. Because obviously some Paddy's dry, drink means alcohol. Alcohol means that we drink more. Drinking more means our coordination completely sucks ass. Or rather, if you drink enough, our coordination sucks ass. Yeah, Citizen Kim. Okay, so we got 1 for the Kim. Anyone else for the others? Alright, so let's see. Oh, I love that. point of the game getting so wasted that you need to use the cane to stabilize, not fight. So let's see. Okay, well, we got a number of choices here. Hunter Axe I haven't actually really used that much. Soul Cleaver is very nice. I love the Soul Cleaver. It's absolutely a nice moveset. Which is actually one thing I haven't actually talked about. Or at least haven't talked about that much, and I probably should have in my playthrough. And apparently, whenever I log in on my PC browser, apparently my viewer list is unavailable. Well, stop the fucking presses. Because that's new. He asks, why should the drink you have it easy? Okay. Let's see. Cleaver Axe. 2 on the side. You know what? We're actually going to... I think... Okay, alright, I'm giving you an ultimatum here. You have to choose one or the other. You can't just say, oh, well, like, sir, Axe or Cleaver, maybe, possibly. Because that's cheating. That's out of it. You have to choose. You have to make me choose. It's hard. It's hard enough doing the stream whenever people are a bit wishy-washy about what they want. So Cleaver Axe. Do it. Okay. So Cleaver. Okay. You know what? Oh my god, I'm actually conflicted as well because there's one for Cleaver, one for Axe. I've actually never used the Axe before myself. Tell you what, actually, the one thing is we can't actually get both because we do have the echoes for both. We just don't have enough, or don't have as much for leveling up. So we can get both. And then we will level up at the...
Welcome home, what is
Yep.
Very well.
Yeah, she basically says very well, let the good blood guide you, or some stuff like that. D, D, E. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to go for... We'll have the threaded cane as backup, of course, but...
Welcome, what is very well.
We'll level up slightly in vitality, and then we'll get strength up. Anyway, so we got that.
Farewell, good hunter.
Okay, and now what we're going to do is we are going to use our, let's see, will this actually give me a list this time? So, your list. So, now you may be wondering why we picked up all these cold packets, or cold blood dues, and what they do. Basically, these are like, Soul of a Forgotten Soldier or whatever from Dark Souls. Basically, these are extra blood echoes that are basically free because we find these items. So we're gonna do this and use multiple. Yep, we'll use multiple of that. Let's see how we are for that.
Welcome. What? Very well.
Channel blood echoes, blah blah blah. We'll get a bit more in strength. No, actually, before we do that,
Farewell.
use the rest of it. Like echoes, because this is one thing you'll find out in later game is about when to actually use your cold blood juice and when to save them.
Welcome. What? Very well.
So what we're gonna do is strength, and put one vitality. Okay, now we've done that. Oh, trust me, you'll wonder why it looks like this in just a moment. So we'll put the hunter axe as our first weapon, and then put the saw cleaver as a backup, just to see what it looks like. Because I actually have never really used the hunter's axe that much, so I'm not exactly familiar with its rule set. Or sorry, its move set. Can't really fortify weapons because we don't have that. Yeah, we'll repair that. Okay, so now that we've done that, what are we doing next? We killed the pig, and on the central Yharnam. Look, seriously, the saw cleaver rips through things. It's ridiculous. Particularly anything that has a beast, like that's a beast. It has if I remember correctly, the saw cleaver, when it's untransformed, has a 20% extra damage to base. The same with the saw spear untransformed, and I think the hunter axe untransformed. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to restart the stream. Obviously, because of YouTube, everyone loves those 30 to 45-minute videos. So I'm going to be stopping the video here and then restarting the stream in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. No, I don't want to exit game. I just want to quit the stream.